Oh, I like this one. Yeah, so I'll come back to that one. I'm going to break it up a bit. So someone has messaged in and said, should I have thigh liposuction or a thigh lift? So, do I need liposuction or a thigh lift? I'm in my 20s. My thighs are disproportionately large. On the inner thighs, there's some wrinkling that almost gives the appearance of sagging. Do I need a thigh lift or can I get away with liposuction? There's a short answer to this and there's a long answer to this. The short answer from what you've just said, you almost certainly need a thigh lift. And it's not what you want to hear. And in your 20s, you don't want the scars. No one really wants the scars from a thigh lift. But if loose skin and sagging and skin texture and contour are your concern, then liposuction is not going to make it better. In fact, it will make it worse. It will do that. And even with people without major skin concerns, they'll say, you know, my inner thighs are just a little bit full. Can you do some liposuction there? I like my legs, I'm pretty happy. I don't want a thigh lift, I don't need a thigh lift, but I would just like my inner thighs to go straight up a bit more, or maybe go in a bit at the top, not sort of meet in this kind of way in the middle, not join in the middle. And liposuction is a surprisingly unhelpful way of addressing that, because you can empty out the inner thighs, you can, but the shape of the thighs as they meet in the middle.
Do you want to draw?
Do I want to draw? I might be showing everyone my shorts if I draw.
That's okay.
Okay, you can see my
People
shorts.
won't mind.
Okay.
It's summer.
So thighs. There's a groin, there's an inner thigh. There's also a thigh. There's some knees. Sort of looks a bit like me, right? Right now. So, thighs. Because of the shape of the thighs here, because of the way they come in, you can empty that fat. Sure, you can do it. That's absolutely fine. But when you do, that deflated skin just wants to vroom, hang in that direction. So as you look in the mirror, there's been no real change in the contour. You can pinch it and it feels thinner, but since passers-by don't go around pinching the inside of your thighs, unless you're in a cafe in Rome, then that doesn't really help. That hasn't really addressed the situation. So under those circumstances, actually, with the people who could get away with liposuction, I recommend cool sculpting. I think cool sculpting is the way to go. I see none of that kind of skin laxity, excess skin that you can get with liposuction. And if there really is excess skin to start, I really recommend a thigh lift. And the way that I bring patients along with me on that journey is to actually show to them how much extra skin they've got. And there's a way of doing this. It's a really neat trick. So first thing I do is I draw on the patient, I draw where I want their scar to end up. So there's a line on the inside of your thighs where the scar will be least conspicuous from the front and from the back, and that's where I want the scar to be. Then what I do is I hover my pen right there and I pull the skin backwards and I mark. Once I've got the skin as tight as I want it to be, I mark where my pen is. I haven't moved my pen, but the skin's moved underneath it. Then I swap hands and I pull the skin from backwards to forwards and I do the same again. And having done those two maneuvers, I then do the same thing up and down the thigh. And when I've done that, you can see the width of skin that can be removed, and then I measure it. And when patients see that they don't have just a bit of excess skin, they've got 10, 15, 18 centimeters of width, we're not talking length, of width of skin to remove before they get the contour that they want, then that brings people along with the concept that, you know, a bit of liposuction is not going to sort this out. Nothing, you know, removal of that skin is where they are needing to go to get the result they want. And the scars are interesting. I mean, scars, there's this old adage, scars heal from edge to edge, not end to end. So they will heal just as well if they're long or short or whatever. And if you get a good scar, so if you do everything you can to look after your scar and your surgeon has a good track record for giving good scars, then it kind of doesn't matter. Place them in a place they're hidden, look after them, take care of them, don't let them in the sun at first, and you know, they should do okay. So, that's my thoughts on that.